Hello, everyone. This is Gus from Askewed Reviews. And once again, I was very lucky to receive another early access screener from my friends over at Terror Films. Now, unfortunately, due to sickness, I wasn't able to do much content this past week and did not get it in on time, technically, as now you can already watch this on different streaming services, but I'm still going to put out my review to tell you more about it. So, the movie that I'm referring to is the 2026 film Black Goat, directed and written by David Hines. So, if you're looking for a horror film that not only has some supernatural elements to it, but also deals with some creepy woods and a cult, Black Goat is definitely one to check out. Let me tell you more about the concept here to see if this is something that you want to check out for yourselves. So, this film takes place in a location called Blackwood Falls. Our main character of Ben is an environmental engineer and is trying to research why so many of the local animals are dying from some strange disease that seems to cause a tar like substance to ooze from them. Now, to collect samples, he has to go into the Blackwood Forest and is hoping to find the Blackwood Pond, where he can collect some of the water samples as well. Since this forested area is quite large and he does not know it all that well, he reaches out to his brother Mike, who is apparently a lot better at guiding his way through wooded areas. Leading up to their journey, Ben starts to have some very strange dreams or even premonitions that are about some very creepy things that are happening in these woods. Now, he does essentially try to wave them off, but there's still something kind of looming over him that he can feel. Also, while doing research into this area, there seems to be some very strange things happening with that information, and also when trying to look at maps of the area, none of them seem to be the same. One of the books that Ben has as information does seem to have a lot of interesting stories, but they all lead in a very supernatural direction, with most of them also interconnecting to one specific entity known as the Black Goat. Ben does seem to be very devoted to his work, though, because even with all of these dreams and these stories, nothing is stopping him from trying to get the information or get these samples and hopefully leave the woods. The problem is number one, they're not the only ones out there. And number two, they can't seem to find their way back. So, will Ben and Mike discover a way out of these woods or potentially run into the Black Goat? There are actually quite a few things I did like about this movie. The atmosphere and look was great. In fact, I read that apparently they filmed this all during one trip out into the woods during winter, in fact, too. And they did a very good job on making it seem cinematic, but actually using real locations as well. I also really liked the effects and kind of all of the deaths that they had throughout the film. Those were done really well, in my opinion. The Black Goat character, I was kind of 50-50 on. It looked okay, but at times it also looked a little cheesy. And I would say probably my only real gripe with the movie is that the story, I don't really know if it felt like unfinished or if it felt a little bland. But I felt like there was more they could have done with it that could have maybe interested me or other people into trying to find out more or getting to know these characters more. I just felt like there was something missing there. But all in all, though, I did enjoy it. But for me, on my scale, I was kind of leaning back and forth on it. So I am going to give this one a 3 out of 5. I do recommend checking it out for yourselves, though. It is now available for streaming on Shocks and Docs, Kings of Horror, Watch Movies Now, and of course the Terror Films YouTube channel. Now, if you've already had an opportunity to see Black Goat, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Once more, a big shout out and of course another apology to my friends over at Terror Films. One, for allowing me to see this, and two, sorry about it being a little past its release date.